Hi everyone. So we're quickly just gonna go over a couple things in this video, mainly the sales pitch format on how to basically structure your calls. And the other thing we really want to go over is the product itself. So let's have a quick look in this video. So keep in mind, you're all gonna receive this training app as well in your folder. You should see it there. And what this is basically a color-coded version of the application. So it helps you group questions, especially when you're on calls. So you don't have to ask, it eliminates basically the need for you to ask any redundant questions initially at first when you're doing the calls. So then you can get to the quotes quicker than and take the closest sale hopefully. So let's take a look. So again, this is a slide that really talks about why we're choosing Canada Protection Plan specifically for the final expenses. Well, final expense we know is a product we're aiming mostly on the senior market. And what do senior people have a lot of? Yes, you named it, diseases and health conditions. Not necessarily all of them, but majority of the clients we do deal with, yes, they do have it. So what do we need? We need a simplified carrier. And Canada Protection Plan has simplified life insurance and critical illness, which is a huge bonus for that. They're also a pioneer. They started this, and they're extremely popular. If you just take the name Canada Protection Plan, the reason why is you probably see their advertisements on CP24 and everywhere. So they really spent a lot of money in marketing, and they've grown exponentially in the last couple of years. A very recognizable name, builds a lot of credibility for you. The other very important thing is their claims ratio. It's about more, I want to say it's even a little bit better over the 98%. That means 98% of the claims are being paid out by Canada Protection Plan. And they're working on that and last, I think a year ago, they just made their app a little bit more difficult, not to kind of give their clients a hard time, but more so if they answer something, there's some ambiguous questions. So they want to make sure that even if the client has done the best job at answering about their health past, and that way, there's no discrepancies when they do the final claim, and they want to make sure that their answers match their history. So they've went into a bit more detail into their questionnaire, which is why the claims ratio is even a little bit higher. And another thing is they're owned by Foresters Financial. Foresters Financial, is over 150 years old. They're all the way in the US. They're in multiple countries. They're in the US, Canada, the UK, everywhere. So that again builds a lot of reputation in the client's eyes. Their LICAT ratio, so the life LICAT ratio is another really important metric to scale the adequacy of the life insurance company, and basically it's a test of their financials. And FISRA requires the lowest to be around 55%, and Foresters Financial as of 2023 annual fiscal year they had 170% LICAT ratio. So another really good metric. Also, another thing a lot of your clients will check and ask you about is the Better Business Bureau, the BBB, where it's basically a website where you get unofficial and official ratings by customers and clients, and it has an A+ rating in customer satisfaction Canada Protection Plan. And approvals, you can get approval for up until age 80. Most clients you'll deal with right now, when you make your calls, they've been declined because of one reason or another, for sometimes as little as diabetes, or they also get big ratings, sometimes 150 to 200% of their premium. So again, that's a huge headache for a client. So that's why they want to look into CPP, where it's a simplified carrier and the price you see is what you get. Again, another really important thing for the clients is they can get insurance up to 500,000 and get instant approval on that, and the minimum is also $5,000. I know not a lot of people think that 5,000 is a lot of money, but for a cremation, that's more than enough. Sometimes the client will even have some money remaining in their hands. So That's another really a big convenience for our clients, especially the senior market who are on pensions, and they want their monthly premiums low. There's minimum of 5,000 they can of permanent coverage they can get also, whereas most other companies do minimum of 10,000. That's another great point. And yeah, keep another thing in mind. You want to differentiate between non-medical products and non-medical products, and the other term is underwritten, non-underwritten products. So of course, there's going to be no life insurance company that's not going to underwrite a policy. Of course, if someone's applying, the insurance companies are going to want to know about them. So a lot of times you're going to have clients call you, and when you ask them about their medical history, they're going to say, "Hey, I applied and you said it's non-medical. How come you're asking me these questions?" Well, you'll have to rectify that. Non-medical does not mean there's going to be no questions. It just means that you're not going to have to go through the annoying needle, the blood tests, urine tests, paramedicals, and any other tests. Instead, um, you're solely going to be based on the questionnaire, and that will help determine your pricing and your rating. And then that you kind of, they also match your answers with the MIB, the Medical Information Bureau, so they know 100% that there's been no false representation. And then again, they want to give you the claim out, so they want to, in the beginning of the sale, if there's any different discrepancies between the client has answered and what they see in the MIB report, they're going to reach out to you right away and tell you before they even approve one most cases. So this is why we're choosing Canada Pension Plan specifically for the funeral expense market. Again, this is a nice starting product for you to get your feet wet in the insurance industry. But again, this is just the introductory product. Again, the sky's the limit. You can go into multiple other companies, and especially with the Illustrator, if you're good with the Illustrator, with CPP or Foresters or any other company, if you've just chosen one and you've gotten really good with their software, most other companies have very similar softwares, and the placement of the buttons is just only the difference. So yeah, great starting point, great product for final expenses insurance. Yeah, let's move on, and then I'll see you in the next video.